Okay, let's see. This is Life is Feudal, and I figure I'd do a quick review on it. It's a game that I actually enjoy playing, so kind of hoping it picks up. Lots of potential in this. It's pretty much a sandbox in medieval times. I know right now I don't have very much. I just created a world for myself just to do this review and something to tinker around with and play around with. So I'll go ahead and just get to it now. Well, that's interesting. Never seen that one before. But pretty much, the area it actually put me in is quite a nice area because you got clay right here. You have rock and everything that you could use up there. Plus, I'm next to the water, and I got plenty of trees all around me. So it seems like a fairly decent area. Plus, all these nice little hills that are right here. I can terraform out and remove these hills. Let me see. Let me switch view. Yeah, there we go. I terraform all these hills out. The idea of this game, I mean, I don't know if you guys know anything about Rust, but Rust in that game, you can build things. You have to build your tools so you can build houses. Well, in this game, it's a little bit more in depth. I have to terraform land, flatten land out, raise it up, flatten it out, just dig craters or however I wish to do it. In order to build, you have to have nice flat area. That's interesting. I don't remember all those the last time I played this. But yeah, like I was saying, you would have to flatten out the land and just do what you got to do to build a building. It's essentially like real life. So usually when you first start out, for the most part on any server that you get on, when you first start out, you're gonna get different. You'll start out with basically these basic things. Just go ahead and equip it. That'll give you some protection from the weather. Basic protection from animals that may be around, or not necessarily in this case, but in other servers from other players if it's a PvP server. But I'll give you a quick gist on some of this. If you go ahead and look down at the ground or something, you'll see an option for all these different things that you can go ahead and do. Now, obviously, I know that I'm going to need plant fiber. Plant fiber is basically like string or anything like that. So you're going to see a lot of things that are going to be requiring plant fiber for build, especially when you first start. Between plant fiber and what I'm going to be going over here to do is grab some sticks, because I'm going to be needing snapping branches off these trees. And between those two, you can start making some tools. I'll have to make my way over and find to a little rock patch somewhere. See if I can pick up some little pebbles. Yeah, everything you right click on, so it gives you a pretty basic menu depending on what it is that you click on. Oh, also there's a skill, not necessarily a skill tree, but there's like a ranking system in this, I guess you can say it. Like your forestry, willpower, and constitution. Those all give you different attributes. That's the word that I'm looking for. But those all give you different things. Like the higher you level certain things up, the more features you get, like when it comes to construction or masonry or anything like that. You know, the higher your construction gets, it opens up more things for buildings, or more different buildings that you can do. It's a good idea to get everything as much as you can. Like some servers allow your skill tree to be higher than other servers. For this, for what I just made here, I just have my skill tree completely maxed out on what I can do. So, you know, there's not a set limit, but typically on a normal server, you're gonna wanna kind of pick and choose what you want to do. Like the idea they did based on this game is so one person can't primarily focus on. One person can't do everything. The way they want this game to be played is people have to work as a team. People have to, you know, work together, build up a base or build up a castle or a little village. And from there, that'll allow you to do different things. Whereas if you're trying to do it all by yourself, you're going to have a harder time doing things, and you're going to be limited on some of the things that you can do. When you start out, it's quite boring for a while until you can actually start leveling and getting things. Like, I'd say probably a good hour and a half invested, and you'll probably be able to get a house or at least a hut or something you can put things in and get some shelter over your head. Like here in a moment, I'm going to get a campfire down just so I can get some light and stay warm. Oh, and you need to eat. If you don't eat, you're gonna die. So it is quite boring to first start out, but like I said, once you start getting going and start getting things, then, you know, it'll start picking up a little bit. Especially, you know, the interface is a little bit different than most games, and the way you have to go about and make things and do things, it's a little bit different, and some things are a little bit more tedious than others. But once you get a general idea, you'll start remembering things, or you'll start, you know, going through things a little bit quicker. Alright, so let's see if I can at least get a campfire down. I don't think you can remove campfires. I don't remember, so I'm going to just stick it up in a spot where it's going to be kind of out of the way. Just in case you can't actually remove one. Let me see. I want it on a flatter surface. I forget what you need to make a campfire, so let me take a look. Oh, what did I do? Oh. I want flintstone. I do need plant fiber too. I gotta find myself a little patch of rocks and get some flintstone. Again, the biggest reason why I chose this area was for this little deposit right here of clay. And on the map, you can see another little deposit of clay, and that's going to come in major. That's going to benefit me quite a bit. Especially once time comes where I'm going to be building buildings or doing a house and creating other forms, pottery, especially when I got to make a kiln or stuff like that. Like, it all requires clay. And as you can see, all these nice trees and stuff everywhere over here, they're going to provide quite a bit of I can't even think of the word I'm thinking. They're just going to be very beneficial for what I'm going to be doing. So I definitely recommend, like, especially if you're first starting out on this game, more so on a high pop server or even a medium pop server, you know, go to a place that's going to be somewhere secluded, at the same time, you know, covered by trees, but close enough to things that you need. At least to where you can get started off, and unless you can join a colony, then you're all set. Me personally, I kind of like to do things on my own. I should be able to get some flintstone right here. Oh, look at that. That's pretty neat looking. Be nice when the sun comes up. I swear I heard something over here. I did. And I hear something up here too. Interesting. Sounds like a bird or something, some kind of animal. I don't remember how to gather flintstone. Let me see. There we go. Oh, and another thing is when you start hitting these rocks. Get to the point where you can get an axe, or not an axe, whatever. I can't think of what it's called. But once you start mining all these rocks and stuff, you get materials that you could use to start building castle walls, or, you know, even just nicer houses, stone houses and stuff. Okay, apparently that deposit is empty. I'm also going to eventually make a sling, but right now I just want to worry about trying to get at least some tools made up. Maybe, there we go. I wish the sun would come back up. So yeah, I know, right now it's quite boring. I'll make another video once I have a little bit more established. I'll just go run through it real quick. This, like I said, it's going to be mostly gathering. It's going to be mostly picking things up and getting things ready for your initial build, or whichever you may decide to do. So I'll start, once I get to the point where I'm actually going to start building, or where I'm almost done building, I'll have something to start, or I'll start another video. And from there, you know, it'll give you a better idea on some of the other things that you can do in the game, or what some of the buildings may look like. So I guess come back, stay tuned, and hopefully we can get some of you guys to come and watch, or come and play. It'd be pretty awesome. Until next time.